Hey guys, welcome back to Reality with me, Asia Elon. And it's just so much drama. Let's get right into this. Okay. Season 7, episode 8 of Real Housewives of Potomac. So this is juicy. Okay, so they had the fight, they had the big blow up that was reminiscent of a fight 2 years ago. They're all getting back into the car because it's time to go home. The girls finished eating, okay? Because Giselle don't play. She said she don't play about her dessert, okay? She has some fried Oreos and just the key can. But yeah, so they finished their meal and they're heading back to the house. They're in separate cars. And Mia is upset with Karen because she didn't completely back her, completely stick up for her. And on one hand, a small hand, like whichever one of my hands is smallest, it's on that hand. On a finger, maybe not even holding a finger. I kind of understand her feeling as if defend me in public, correct me in private kind of vibe. But I feel like this type of situation, when it's the physicality of the situation, I don't think Karen did anything wrong. I mean, Karen is really she's fucking Switzerland. Like, she really tries to be in the middle, and I think that's because she's the oldest one. Like, she's by far the oldest member of the group. The cast is progressively getting younger, and she's the oldest. She's been through the most, and she's had like these seasons where she had like major hardships and major obstacles, and now it seems like it's kind of like evened out and she's good, and she wants to be like that core, that center. So if something is wrong, then they can come back to her. She's always that person that they can all talk to and mediate, and she can mediate. And that's what I feel is going on. And I feel like she is doing a good job of trying to be that. But most of the girls, they don't see it that way. They see it like she's straddling the fence, and she's like, come on now, grow up. Like, it's not about straddling the fence. It's about trying to see both sides. It's about trying to make sure we stay together as a group in some type of form. But the green-eyed losers are talking about Karen and saying they expected her to diffuse it, when Robin specifically was fusing the motherfucking fire. She was throwing all types of wood and matches and pouring gasoline. Like, she was doing all that shit, and now it's like Karen should have diffused it. She should, like, why are you putting all of this on Karen, Miss TMZ? I like just push all accountability to anybody else. Like, it really does not fucking matter. It's anybody that they have an issue with, anybody that's not them. It's just, how old are these women? Aren't they in their 40s? Like, I could not see being the way I was when I was like 15, 16, when I am in my 40s with money. Well, they're still acting like high schoolers. Oh, At this point now, everybody is calling hypocrisy. Everybody is saying, you're a hypocrite, you're a hypocrite, you're a hypocrite. Comparing this situation to the situation with Monique and Candace, which we're going to continue to reference, probably until, oh my God, it probably might be forever. This might be one of those things that just go on in the housewife universe. But everybody's calling each other hypocrites about something or other. And I mean, everybody kind of is being a hypocrite. Wendy decides she's going to leave. I mean, it makes sense because it is Mia's trip. Like, she's the host of this trip. And like, it just makes more sense. She goes to a hotel, and even though there's people on both sides, which is, these situations don't have to be a pick a side battle to the death. It doesn't have to be, but they're picking sides. People are picking sides. And Candace, of course, is on Wendy's side, which, for her not being there and just being like, yeah, that's my friend, I get it, 100%. But she is shown the video by Robin. And I do understand what Robin was saying by like, we have evidence of it, because they don't actually see like the film stuff. I don't think until it comes out. They're not involved in like the editing or anything like that. So she has that to reference, to show the rest of the housewives to go back to. But the way she did it, though, the joy she took in it, and her antagonizing Wendy when she's already like riled up, it was just gross. It's gross. But she shows Candace, and that part is like, okay, understood. But you did it the way you did it, the intent behind it, disgusting, pathetic. Candace is triggered. Well, I do understand why this is a trigger for her. Um, she still doesn't understand that words can be violent, and that she did play a part in it. She played a part in the whole back and forth between them. She played a part in the situation in the barn, the actual fight of it all. And she still hasn't taken responsibility for it, which, I mean, I didn't expect her to. Come on now. But the one thing she said that I kind of was like, she said that Wendy was being ostracized and she was crying, and it did not, it did not seem like ostracization, if that's a word. Because it's been one day. She's still out in Miami. She's just at a hotel, and it was like the next day. That happened at night, and then it was the next day when Candace was talking about this. They haven't even done anything, and she was saying that Wendy's being ostracized. That's not what ostracized is. You know, like, if this is in a couple weeks when they're back at home and nobody's talking to her, nobody's inviting her to anything, then I'm like, oh, yeah, she is being unfairly ostracized. But that's not what happened. She went to her room, and of course she's upset. I understand Wendy being upset. And she's alone now, which I can't help. But that's just the circumstance. That's just the situation. And Candace wants Wendy to come there, and Karen wants Wendy to come there. But the thing is, that's obviously not a good situation for Mia and Wendy to be in currently. It's still, lots of emotions and things. And also, maybe it's just me, because I feel like if that was my friend that was in the hotel, I would have checked in with her first. Like, well, she didn't know. I guess she didn't know till she got there. But, which I don't know. I feel like Wendy would have texted her. I don't know. This is TV after all. But look, I would have checked on my friend first. And when I'm like, oh, what happened? Okay, let me come see if you good, because you're alone. Like, Mia's here. She has the support of her best friend and whoever else at the house. And she had nobody. So, like, fucking go instead of trying to invite her into a toxic situation. I mean, okay, good TV, but like, you're supposed to be her friend. Again, you're not one of the producers. Like, go check on your friend, bitch. In one of the confessionals, Robin admits that both of them were wrong. Mia was wrong with throwing the drink, and Wendy was wrong with what she was saying. But this is Robin's word. But she's more on Mia's side because she doesn't like Wendy. It came straight from the horse's motherfucking mouth. Because that's all it was. That's all it, I mean, it's based on who they don't like and who they do like. And that changes their opinions. And I feel like that's some weak ass, spineless ass, petty ass, still soft brained ass shit, because you are a grown motherfucking woman. Your opinion shouldn't change. But, oh, I don't like that person, so what they're doing is wrong. I'm not even gonna like say anything, even though I made a big deal out of it when it was somebody that I didn't like. So you just flip flopping around everywhere, saying that Karen's on the fence. You're a flip flopper, like, and it's oh my god, it's so childish. It's so childish, because you don't have to like a person to agree with something. Yeah, sometimes this shit is hard and it kind of makes your throat get all dry, like you got a big ass tennis ball in there. But it's what it is. It is what it is. And sometimes the people you like are wrong. But you can't go on the whole crusade. I mean, you can, obviously you can. But you shouldn't go on the whole crusade about it when these are not even concrete feelings. Like, you don't have a concrete stance. but you went so hard to get Monique fired because you didn't like her. Because, you know, if they say they're not going to film with somebody, then it's nothing they can do. If they're not going to film with Monique, then Monique can't be on the show because she can't film with them. She can't. They do all those big, group parties and group events, and she couldn't come to any of them. So obviously she had to go because they weren't going to get rid of, Candace, Giselle, Robin. Like, don't be a kid because that's so petty. And that's like part of, I think, bullying that does go on in Potomac, that does kind of focus around Robin and Giselle. And it's just, it's gross. And it does seem like this season, Robin is taking more joy in people's hardships or in people's downfalls and people's decline. I don't know. It's weird. I don't like it. I don't like it. So it's Karen's birthday, and they're going to the beach. Um, Again, Wendy is the only one not there at this point because Candace is there, and Karen, they get Karen, or Candace gets Karen to invite Wendy to the beach, and she invited her and she uninvited her. Okay, we got a crossover in Housewives because she invited her. And then she went and talked to Mia, and Mia was like, no, basically, no, it's not happening. No, 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 no. Like, just dead, like, straight face, like, no, no. So Karen had to call her back. No, did she call her back or she text? I don't remember her, but she was like, nah, like, I spoke too soon. Oops. Like, why did she even invite before ask? I mean, I feel probably because, like, Candace did push her to ask because Karen wanted Candace to ask. But either way, it was weird. It was Ashley and Candace. They wanted her to ask. And I do get that they're like, they want to all be together, but still the toxic situation of it all. Like, come on now. You really have to think about, is this going to be good? Like, is this really, are they really going to squash this shit right now? No. Neither one of them seem like they're ready to squash it. They, they get in the car, right? They got two cars, they get in the cars. They about to go to the beach for Kara's birthday. Mia gets out her car. She just like, all of a sudden, like, no. She get out her car, goes to the car where Karen, Candace, and Ashley is, and uninvites them from the motherfucking house. That was hilarious. Ashley's like, are you serious? Are you for real? I can't believe Ashley and Candace then met somebody pettier than her. Cause Mia is the petty princess. She really was like, y'all can't come back. Karen can stay because she was real about it and she told me about inviting Wendy, but y'all weren't. And snakes, get out. You can't come back. Mia's wrong. Mia's I guess she's going off of emotions, raw emotions. She's still, heated off of the fight at the restaurant, so there's still raw emotions. And I get that she's upset and angry and everything is like, setting her off. But you gonna uninvite them from the house? Like, really? This group of women that you working with, that you were kind of like creating friendships with and like this new reality with, and you're just gonna be like, just don't come back to the house after I invited y'all to the house on vacation, to the house, at the house? What? Girl, I would have laughed at her face. Like, Candace didn't say nothing. Like, I would have been laughing. Like, who are you talking to, lady? I'm going to come back, and if the money's the problem, I will pay you like an Airbnb. I will pay you for the room that I'm renting. But I'm coming back. Especially, they said that the rooms, well, at first they said that all the rooms were booked or whatever, but then Wendy went and got a hotel. Because y'all remember that when Sharice wanted to get a hotel, it was like everything was booked. Might as well stay here. But then Wendy went and got a hotel. Somebody lying. I forgot to tell y'all about that weird conversation that Jacqueline invited Karen up to the room to talk to Mia. Mia and Jacqueline's relationship, which I see now, they are presumably not friends, and I guess it's going to play out on the show. But and you can kind of see that building on this trip. And I was wondering at first, I'm like, why are they showing their relationship so much? But then I saw that people speculate that they're no longer friends, and I'm like, oh, that's why, because they're building up to some shit. This season is some shit. Okay, it's messy, messy. So she invites Karen up to the room, and Jacqueline kind of like speaks for Mia, and basically is just reiterating again that you didn't have my back. You're supposed to be behind me, and it's Jacqueline and Mia's relationship is so weird. I can't wait to finish the season and then like come back to their relationship, because maybe it will open up some more shit, because it's like I don't get it. And then she said that weird thing at the dinner. She was like, we met when we were younger. Jacqueline said this, but if we met as adults, she doesn't think that they would be friends. I was like, that's a weird thing to say, especially to these new bitches about your bestie. But the whole conversation was weird. Jacqueline being there was weird. Her mediating was weird. Her being the one that invited her, like they both walked out together, but Jacqueline was the one that spoke, and I thought that was weird. And I didn't get it. That whole conversation was very stupid and weird and pointless. And Mia basically was saying that they weren't friends anymore because she just didn't blindly back her when she did do something wrong. I mean, Jacqueline didn't really say much. So it's like, I mean, maybe she wanted Karen to not say nothing. I don't know. These grown women, they are grown ass women, which reminds me back to miserable Robin, because they're at the beach now. They're in bathing suits. They're having a good time. They're like all kind of getting along at that moment. And Robin is in the confessionals talking about she didn't see lumps on Mia's butt. So you are on vacation without kids, without that nigga that don't really want you, on a beautiful beach in a cabana with beautiful black women, you a beautiful black woman, and your focus is on looking at this woman's butt to see if she is lying about a medical condition that she has. Who the fuck do you think you are? If that ain't miserable, if that's not miserable, please tell me what the fuck is. Because that's misery if I ever seen it up close in person on a fucking 70-inch 4K TV, nigga. Who does that? Why is she even thinking about for that to even be on her mind means that it probably was constantly in the back of her mind. Like, I'm gonna get to see her ass, and I'm gonna get to see if she has lumps there, and that's gonna prove to me, the medical profession, if she was lying about a medical condition I don't even know what it is. Who is she? What is wrong with her? That when I swear, when I saw that took up, I wanted to talk about that. The whole recap. I just want to talk about that one thing. Talk about Robin being a miserable bitch. But I really could not believe it. I could not believe it, that was really on her mind, and she said it. She said it on the confessionals, which the confessionals happened after. So who knows if that was a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month after that happened, and she was like, and with the smug smile, like I didn't see any lumps. Congrats. Like, what the? Oh, I'm getting angry. That makes me so angry because, like, why do you want to prove this woman wrong so bad? Why do you want people to believe she's lying so bad? She hasn't even done anything to Robin, for her to even want to get like a lick back. It's just so odd. And this season has been, as far as the mess goes, it's juicy. It's great, but as far as like having a cast that's likable, I think Potomac has, out of the ones I've seen, I haven't seen every iteration of the Housewives, but out of the ones I've seen, this is the worst. Out of all the seasons I've seen all the seasons of Atlanta. I've seen some seasons of Beverly Hills, all the seasons of Potomac, and the new one, Dubai. And as a whole, I think this is the most unlikable cast this season. Because the one thing about this show is that these are real people and they do evolve and change, and they're not the same person that they were 1, 2, 3 years ago. And you kind of see that play out in real time. So these women are evolving and changing into worse people. This is stressful. Next week is even more juiciness coming up. So don't forget to come back and watch RealiTEA with me, AJ Elon, every Tuesday right here. Okay, subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I drop a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later.